welcome everybody to episode 22, a special election late night episode. I am Jeff. That's Paul. We have no real format tonight. We're just gonna, as of right now, it's 10:50 on November 5th. So the polls on the West Coast should be closing in about 10 minutes. And Paul and I just figured that we'd sign on and talk some shit and kind of see how this goes. Oh, but before I didn't send you any pictures of this, Paul, but I did see an article that they're starting to building things in Antarctica.
Building stuff like what?
They're starting to race for the minerals, like private companies and stuff are starting to get involved.
Mm.
And Google it, look up building in Antarctica 2024 or new mineral resources or something.
I mean, obviously they've had science bases and facilities and God knows what else there.
Yeah, but I'm saying besides that, like normal people world, they're bringing, they're starting to go down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here about Australia. At least that's what pops up when I first select it. Uh, it's talking about like infrastructure development, research station upgrades, environmental monitoring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I just
stuff
thought I'd
like
bring
that.
that up to you. So next time you look into it, maybe you can get a better feed on it for me.
That's interesting. I should look into that because I do have some interest in Antarctica. Like, what is actually in Antarctica? How come we never get any video footage of anything? Or,
Yeah,
you know,
man. Have you ever looked at the website, the CSI's website, the CSI Wikipedia, whatever the hell it's called?
I don't think so.
There's a CIA like website. I used to use it when I was writing papers in school. Um, it'll tell you like the basics of like here. We'll bring it up. It's the CIA World Fact Book. I think that's what it's called. You can go on any country and it'll tell you their economics, the military, sizes, geography, the demographics, everything.
So the World
Yeah,
Fact Book.
CIA World Fact Book is a fun site to just look at. I mean, for me, I found that shit interesting. But it's nice because the one thing I like about it, it'll be like if you look up a country like bring up Malamar because I'm going to talk about it anyway, or Burma. I think it's Malamar right now.
Where's the search feature here?
But it'll be like this
Oh,
country is twice the size of Texas. You know what
you
I mean?
mean
It's like
Miramar or Maram?
Myanmar, whatever. Right in the it used to be Burma, Myanmar, Myanmar.
No, I thought it was Miramar, but
Hmm.
well, Burma comes up.
All right, look at Burma. Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
But you can scroll through it and look at all this nonsense if you wanted to. I mean, look, energy, economy, communications, transportation, military, and security tells you like a world fact book of every country.
I mean, that's interesting. Obviously, the information that they're willing to release to the public, since it's
It's basic information though.
right, right.
Yeah, it's like population. You know what I mean? Like shit like
Right.
that. Like
Things that you could get anywhere. You could,
yeah,
yeah,
education, infant death ratio, and all that kind of stuff.
gotcha.
Where they rank on the how fucked up are you nation?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, like, when it comes to things like the size of the country and the population and stuff, I'll take their word for it. Maybe some of the other stuff, maybe take it with a grain of salt.
I don't think there's really anything on it they'd be lying about. It's
Gotcha.
not one. It's not one of those things. It's like here's just
Oh, I don't think they're lying. I think they may just omit things that they don't want us to know. You know,
Paul. You have to fucking look before you can just be like, I think it's like this already.
it's
Look
the
at any country.
CIA, man. It's the government. I don't have to look. I already distrust them, so I'm already
Okay.
in it, like with a grain of salt. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, this don't even doesn't make any sense. We don't know. It's like because this is the CIA information. You can find this shit anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like when it comes to like basic stuff, like their land mass, like how much, how much the rivers and stuff that go through. Yeah, I believe all that stuff. Anyway, okay, well that's pretty neat. I didn't know about this. I'll
Yeah.
have to look into that in the future.
So, all right. So bring up. I guess we'll bring up my map right now of Miramar, Myanmar.
Oh, the one that you sent us?
Yeah, just look at the map. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story, and in the meantime, you can look up and see what maybe get some updates on the election for me.
Okay.
All right. So Ramri Island, right there on the left, that's Myanmar next to Cambodia and Laos and all that Southeast Asia, right? But on the Indian Ocean side. So in World War II, January, February of 1945, um, the the Allies attacked the island, right? Because it was a Japanese stronghold, and they're beating up the Japanese and they're bringing it back, and the Japanese retreat into this swamp. And go to the next picture. They all get eaten by these motherfuckers,
Oh, Jesus.
saltwater crocodiles. So that's the size comparison. But they said this is questionable. It's been trying to been disproven, but according to the Guinness Book of World Records, this is the single largest event of animals killing people.
Really? Do they have a number on how many people were killed by crocodiles?
1,000 went in, and 25 came out and got caught. So they could have escaped. They could have gotten eaten. They could have made it back too, but a lot of them got eaten. And there's like stories and shit about it. But I thought that was interesting for you.
That's pretty wild. It kind of reminds me of like what some of the ships that sank. What was the one famous story with the ship that sank in the Pacific? And unfortunately, these guys were just in the water and they were just getting picked off by sharks.
Oh, the USS Indianapolis.
Yeah,
That was World War II. It got sunk by a Japanese submarine, and there's all these sharks in the water.
yeah. I mean, that
That's what
sucks.
happened to the dude on the captain in Jaws.
Oh yeah, yeah. What a way to go. That'd be awful. Just sitting there like treading water or floating on somebody. Just
Getting picked at by fucking sharks and shit.
that'd be terrible, man. Just watching your friends go one by one, wondering if you're going to be next. And then maybe at some point you want to be next, you know?
There's I remember like a Nat Geo documentary about a village that's near a saltwater crocodile like swamp area. Stop me if you've heard this, but it's a third world tribe. They're living in huts and shit in the jungle.
Mhm.
And when men hit a certain age, they like build this long hut, and the men go in there for like 30 days, and then they go out and they fight these saltwater crocodiles, and then they come back and they go back in the hut, and then they come out for a certain amount of days, and the more scars and shit you have, like the more of a warrior you are.
Oh, wow.
So they want to get claw, they want to get like the bite mark around their chest and shit.
That's pretty wild. But what if
Yeah,
you're so
I
good
never,
that you don't get bitten at all and now you have to like intentionally let yourself get bit
you're
just so
like
you
you
can
like
get the scars?
you're like pouring blood on your leg. You're like, come on here,
Yeah,
bite me.
come on,
Bite.
man. Yeah, I keep repeating this and these guys don't believe me. Um yeah, it's pretty wild, man. I don't know. This actually listed as an American alligator. I don't know a lot about, that particular species, but the way I was always told it is the crocodiles are really big and
It
alligators are
was a saltwater
generally small.
crocodile.
What's that?
Yeah, it's a saltwater crocodile. Oh, maybe I got a bad picture there.
I don't know. It's calling it an American alligator, and I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah, well, saltwater crocodiles are like they can be like 20 feet long easily, and they're big as shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at this. Like, that crocodile technically wouldn't even have to swallow you, or I mean, wouldn't even have to chew. It could just swallow you whole.
You've
Look at
seen
that torso.
you've seen Great Migrations before, right?
I think so.
It's
What?
like a six disc documentary that came out when it's a Discovery Channel, like one of their big events, and
Hmm.
they came out on DVDs, and it was all done in the special effects stuff years ago. It's older.
I used to watch the Discovery Channel all the time. I can't remember all of
Well,
the.
think of all the animals that migrate real far, right?
Hmm.
And it was just a whole series about them, like the monarch butterflies and those crabs on Christmas Island, and the gazelle or the wildebeest. And the wildebeest got to cross these fucking rivers, and there's mad crocs in the water. Have you ever seen those?
No.
And they all get like to the edge of the river, and they're afraid to go in, and then all of a sudden one gets pushed or one jumps, and they all just go and they're trampling each other trying to get across the water. And there's like hundreds and hundreds of gators pulling them in, wrapping them up.
Wow, that's wild.
You've never seen that?
I don't think so.
Oh
I'm
man,
about to look it up now because that's crazy.
yeah, it's just Google gazelles or Google wildebeest crossing a river with alligators in Africa. It'll pop right up.
While I'm doing that, let's see what Yahoo says on an update real quick. And
Yeah, tell me. So I put on the wrong thing.
well, it's right here. Trump is up 210 to 113. And then if we should be able to scroll down and
Is
see
that
the
is that called or hypothetical?
so anything that's in dark red, Trump already won. Anything in dark blue, Harris won. And then the lighter shades are leading, but they're not final yet.
What's PA?
It's red right now.
No, yeah, but how? Click on it. What's the numbers if it says anything?
Oh, it's close.
I can't read that. You gotta say it out
So
loud.
here, let me read it out loud. As of right now, Trump has 51% to 48.1%. Trump has 2,404,000 votes. I'm just gonna guesstimate it. And Kamala has 2,266,000 votes. Sorry.
I saw some reports before that some places in PA have already said they're staying open until 10:30. That's 2.5 hours after the polls closed here.
I heard there's some stuff going on in PA. I don't know how accurate it
Yeah, I
is.
wasn't paying much attention, man, because like I think of that big. I don't understand how it's not a big deal, so I just ignore it. But there was in Lancaster County, there was like 3,300 votes that were non-citizens that they let keep on there. Um,
And that could prove significant because right now he's only up by less than 150,000 votes.
did you see the dude quit the Washington Post? Did you see that clip?
The guy that walked out?
Yeah, did you see what
Yeah.
he was talking about?
I didn't I just saw
There
the
were
headline.
the the main anchor and then the girl like completely said something that was bullshit, and the guy's like, "That's not what happened." He's like, "We're supposed to be journalists. We're supposed to report the whole story." He took it to court and he won. And then they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't appreciate being lectured." And he's like, "You know what?" He's like, "Fuck." He's like, He's like, "I can't do this." He's like, "This is
Wow.
bullshit."
Well, good for him. I mean, journalists are supposed to be non-biased, right? That's the whole idea. You're just supposed to report the news. You're not supposed to have a side.
Well, you know the story. Advertising dollars, and then it became more about making you read it as opposed to reading the truth. And then the game got involved, and
There's the 2013 Propaganda Act that was repealed by Obama, which
yeah,
now,
I forget exactly what that was.
yeah, it basically says that they're allowed that the news channels don't necessarily have to report factual stuff. They can basically insert propaganda.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it was there. The bullshit was already there in 2013.
Yeah, I don't. That's true. I just don't
You know
think
what I
it
mean?
was like
It
as
really started in
egregious as it is
2000.
now.
Like speaking of censorship, one of my favorite dudes, the rebel capitalist. If you look at his Yahoo channel, that's what he's, the rebel capitalist, and he was talking about like the just the infringement on free speech that the Democrats are peddling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people are
It's
signing up
horrible.
for this. I mean, all these people. I mean, she's got 179 electoral votes now because she won California and Washington, but I think everybody already knew that was going to happen. So she's closed the gap a little bit on the electoral
Yeah,
votes.
because California is like fucking 50.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's
And the other thing, hold on, before I don't want to cut you off, but leave that up
well, oh, okay.
if you want, and just click on the states and see if you see anything interesting. But
Well, hang on a sec, because I
like
actually want to show something
when
real
you
quick. But
think
go ahead.
about the immigration numbers, right? And Elon was talking about this on Rogan, and Rogan caught Fetterman in immigration talk, and he's like, "Listen," he's like, "You're bringing all these people in, you're bringing them to swing states, you're bringing 70,000 people to a town of 30,000 people. You know what I mean? He's like, they made this good argument that, like, honestly, if the left wins, this could be like the last fucking election. If they take all the swing states and can just win every time, you know what I mean? And then they start to limit speech, and then they get to say what's misinformation and what's not. Fuck
Yeah,
that, dude.
absolutely.
Like, how do you not see that? That's exactly what's happening. Like, oh, well, Trump's this and Trump's that. But you know what? Like, they went after the dude for 9 years. They've been trying to throw his ass in jail. Everything that they say Trump is going to do, they're literally doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so hypocritical and it's so
Yeah,
fake.
man.
And
It's
and
fucking
speaking of
brainwashed.
fake, this just happened today. You might have seen it, but let me just play it for anybody who hasn't. This is Harris earlier pretending to be on the phone.
Oh, she fake phone called. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
How you doing? Have you voted
Watch when she
already?
shows you the phone.
She doesn't know.
You did. Thank you.
I mean, come
Thank you
on.
so very much.
There's
You know,
another one where
it's so important.
she's like out campaigning, like in a neighborhood. It looks like you see this one, and she's like talking to a family on the front porch, and
Yeah,
then they made the family go inside to get the picture again. But again, that happens all the time. Honestly, it's
yeah.
just so cheesy. Like, why even do it?
They just wanted a video of her knocking on the door so
I
they
get
could say
that.
she was
Like,
going
go do
around.
I get it, but like, there's already so much, and you've already talked to the people for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, what the fuck? Just
It's
don't do it.
ridiculous. It's
Just
so
show the
fake.
people. It's just such a waste of fun. Like, they think how stupid we are.
They definitely do. Actually, this is awesome. This is in your state. I mean, how
Oh,
often
dude.
do we get to talk about Amish people?
Yeah, the
Right.
Amish are coming out for Trump, man. They're taking their horses and carriages
I
down
know.
there.
I see them. It's pretty cool. I mean, when is the last time we brought up Amish people?
And who are you voting for?
Donald Trump.
Donald
Is that
Trump. Are you
Penn
Amish?
University?
Can I ask? Awesome. And so the Amish are going to be coming out to vote this year.
You like how I
Some of
recognize
them,
the
yeah.
campus?
What has caused so many of the Amish to register to vote this year?
Probably just they want to get out and vote and make a difference.
Yeah. Have you guys been affected this past 4 years underneath the Biden-Harris administration?
I would say definitely, yeah.
And in what ways has the Amish community been affected?
One way is that with Trump, the Amish had, I would say, they had more freedom, and with the Biden administration, there was not, it started getting tighter and tighter, and they just.
All right. What were you saying? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you when the video was playing.
Oh, I thought it looked like Penn University at first, but then I changed my mind. Like,
Oh, it could be.
where my wife went to school. It looked like the campus, but then I didn't think so.
Could be.
It's probably like Lancaster University or some shit,
I can't tell what.
or like downtown Lancaster. You saw the old building in the back. With
The
brick-
building
with
they're
nice
standing
brick
in front of it has a sign called Aspire on it. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I thought that was pretty wild. I mean, again, how often do we talk about Amish?
Yeah, he
folks?
didn't really say much though, but it reminds me of that the saying, and I know I said it to you before. It's like, wait till the people who don't want to be bothered wake up, and the Amish don't want to be bothered. And now 180,000 of them are going to go out and vote. Shitty policy gives you shitty consequences, and when you
Well, I
get
think the
le-
people are
you
just
get
fed
weak
up.
on crime, or you get weak on immigration, you get like people respond to incentives. You know what I mean? So if they know you're not going to get in trouble for doing crime, people who wouldn't likely commit crime would commit more crime when they know there's no risk involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you know you're not going to get in trouble, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I follow this dude Cash Jordan on YouTube. He lives in New York, and he shows the videos of the places get robbed, or like the street setups where all the stolen shit is sold, like on the street,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all like they're all like they set up on the street with blankets, and if the cops come, they pick up their blanket and they run away. And then they say even when the cops come and clear the corner, sometimes the same day they're just back up there selling it again, man.
And you gave me the wrong necklace, too.
You're breaking my heart, asswipe.
Okay, tell you what, just give me my shit. You take your shit.
What, Scotch Bucket?
Okay, you slick shithead. You sneaky little bastard.
Retail theft is like 120 is reported by the retailers to be 120 billion, right? So say hypothetically they're greedy companies, so let's call it 100 billion, and they're just getting extra from the insurance. So then you put that shit out on the street at even half, that's a $50 billion business just in retail theft.
Yeah. Well, I mean, outside of the retail theft too, it's we have the immigration issue, which I think a lot of people are now starting to wake up to, you know, about how big of a problem this actually is and is going to continue to be if we allow it to. But like again, some of the violent crimes, and just to be fair, they're not all criminals.
Right,
Most
right.
of them are here peacefully, but some of them have been committing crimes, and they're basically just getting a slap on the wrist and getting let go. They're not getting
Yeah.
deported.
And at the same time, they're being used as political pawns.
Yeah.
What the left, and I've asked this question for the whole administration. I was putting up immigration things every once in a while on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget about the border because it's only the second year of Biden's administration or whatever. But no one has a probable or even another scenario where allowing all the immigrants to come in and putting them places could be anything other than what we think it is.
Right.
They literally had an app that you could file for, and we would fly people in from other countries on our dollar. They could go on an application with an app and fill out some forms on an app, and we would fly them in.
Mm-hmm.
To deny that it's happening is just ridiculous. So now that if you can admit to yourself that it's happening, why? Why do they let all the people in? For what purpose?
Right. And maybe it's more than one purpose.
Other than to tilt the scales. To
Yeah.
think that our government wouldn't tilt the scales. It's like, I don't know. Oh, you like my shirt?
Oh, that's awesome.
Man, I gotta...
Oh, that's fantastic.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's my man. It's just it's so crazy. And if you even like mention like the great replacement theory, or all of a sudden you're a racist, you're insensitive, they give you some shit that this country was founded on immigration. Like I have some kind of problem with immigration. I have no problem with immigration. I have a problem with illegal immigration, especially when you're bringing in, millions more over the cap of what we're, could realistically let in here and not, affect the American populace or the economy. But that's not what's happening. So the second you say something, it's like, oh, you're just a racist, or you just have a problem with immigrants. Like, no, I don't.
Yeah, man. It all kind of started back in like 2008. Like, if you don't like Biden or you didn't like Obama, you were fucking racist. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man. My great grandparents were immigrants. I mean, come on. I have no problem with immigration, but what's going on now? This is crazy.
It's not the same. And
It's
then
not.
and even like a lot of libertarians would argue for hypothetically open borders. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but you can't just be like, oh, libertarians want open borders, let's open the borders and not change anything else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can't come in on a new platform. Like, I remember there's a town in Colorado went libertarian, and the guy tried to cut a bunch of services, but you can't do it in a town. You know what I mean? Because there's too many people around you not doing the same thing you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't like cut. Never mind. It's a long story, but you can't. It's not like something you can just go in and like make all these changes. You have to like slowly remove shit. Like, if hypothetically if Trump wins, right? And he's like, I'm going to cut all this shit. You can't just turn it off. You have to like fade it out. You know what I mean? Because it'd be chaos.
Yeah.
You can't just turn off some of these programs. You have to reasonably look at them. The Elon and Ron Paul meme from Office Space. What would you say you do here?
Right.
Have you seen that? The two Bobs?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I
You know
sent
what
it
I
to
mean?
you the other day, you nerd.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But yeah, man. And I just saw that Ron Paul is gonna have Elon on his show.
I saw that you sent that to me
Yeah.
about an hour ago. maybe less.
Did you watch Elon on Rogan at all?
I saw a bunch of clips of it, but I
So
haven't actually watched. It was like
I watched
2 hours and 40 minutes, I think.
yeah, I watched up till like the last 15 minutes and I turned it off.
Yeah,
Interesting talk, man. It was good. It was a real good talk.
I saw a bunch of clips from that. I saw clips from the Fetterman, and kudos to Fetterman for going on there, and shame
Yeah.
on Harris for not going on there.
Man,
Not that that was going to go well for her anyway, so I kind of don't blame her for not going on there,
I watched a good amount of the Fetterman, probably the first hour. And he started off with they started off talking about his wardrobe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I like the I always think like I found myself agreeing with him and being able to relate to it because he's like he's like I'm claustrophobic. I don't like being in the suit, and I always hated having to wear a suit when I was on the Hill or even working at all. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I hate wearing a suit. I hated weddings. I hated everything. Putting the jacket on just makes me feel boxy and uncomfortable.
I'd have to agree.
I'd rather be like him. He's like I'm gonna wear. He's like I dress like a slob. I wouldn't be that bad. I wouldn't be wearing cut off shorts and a cut off hoodie like that. I'd probably wear jeans and a hoodie. You know what I mean? But I guess I'm like I get him being like I want to be comfortable and not thinking about trying to like do shit, worrying about how you look or how you're comfortable in your clothes when you're trying to make important decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I like that about him. And then he went into something else where he sounded stupid. I was like, oh, okay, here we go, back to square one.
Yeah,
But him talking about his medical shit was interesting, and the way he feels about like chill, everybody. He's like, calm down with the fucking hoodie.
yeah.
So I like that. What were we gonna say?
No, I was going to say I totally agree with him on that. I don't really have a problem with him just dressing casually, to go to his work in Washington or whether he's giving a speech. Why does that really matter? Actually, I feel like it makes him more relatable to the public. Like, look, it's just a normal guy. He's wearing jeans and a hoodie. You know, I think that there's a line there. Like, if you show up to work and you dress like a hoe, that's probably not good. You know, but if you're just dressed casually, I have zero problem with that. Um, so speaking of politicians, I know we probably both just discovered this person recently, but Lily Tang,
Oh yeah, play this bitch. I love
this
her.
is my new favorite person on the planet. This lady's awesome.
Play the long one.
I'm gonna play yours first.
Yeah.
It's by the way, just a little recap. It's 214 to 179. All right.
You're part of a Biden administration. Do you have independent thinking skill? Or you need to go to business school to study economics 101, who actually caused inflation? It's a federal government printing money. You are
Thank
wealthy. You. are worth $20 million to $30 million.
Oh, hang on. I'm
How
gonna stop it there because I want to play the other one. Because I want to get her what she said.
And hope for the best. Hope that the results will trickle down to hardworking people. I take a very different approach. I believe that the middle class deserves a tax cut, and I believe that we will do a lot for this country by ensuring that we don't continue this disastrous tax policy.
She just said nothing.
You are wealthy. You are worth $20 million to $30 million. How do you know about regular people suffering? Do you go shopping, go to Walmart, buy food? I talk to those people. And you pretend to be Render in Nashua a few months ago, move back to run for this open seat with millions of dollars from Washington, D.C. insiders. And the millions of dollars. I don't have money to run a TV ad. And you pretend you are poor, complain rent is so high. You couldn't save that apartment for other people to rent in Nashua. Just go back to your $2 million home in Portsmouth. Please don't say that because you do not understand regular people's concern. People cry in my arms on this issue.
And hope for the
I
best.
love that lady.
Cool, but play the rest of the other one.
Oh, my bad.
Your husband, Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor, is causing world on fire because he's
Look at her
incompetent.
face.
He should
It's
get
so
fired.
good.
Do you want somebody who will
How's
put
she doing?
our
Look at her-
citizen
let me look her
interest
up. I'm
first?
literally
Or
trying
you
to
want
do it.
somebody who was born with silver spoon, had no idea how the regular people economically and mentally struggling with daily life?
I love this lady. I hope she wins. I don't even know what
Oh,
state she's
no,
running in.
she's down by 30,000 votes.
Dang. We should put her in office. She's fantastic.
New
Maybe
Hampshire,
Trump will give her a job if he wins.
maybe New Hampshire District 2.
Oh, is that where she's at, New Hampshire?
Yeah, but if District 2 is where the capital is, it's probably where the most urban area is. So it's probably the most this most condensed area of Democrats.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So Trump in PA, in your state, has widened his lead a little bit.
really, what's that?
Let me bring it up. I know you can't see it, but yeah, now he's at he's up by, it looks like 170,000 votes.
How many of the districts have reported?
Right. 76% of the votes have been counted.
Ooh, ooh, whoa,
So yeah, we're
whoa! The fucking Amish are moving the fucking needle.
yeah, go Amish.
Give it all to the Amish.
Virginia keeps going back and forth. I don't know if that's normal, right?
What's North Carolina at?
Carolina's done. Oh no, it's
North
not
Carolina.
done. It's not done. It's almost done. 89% of the votes counted. Trump is up by
Oh,
150,000 votes, give or take.
They called it in North Carolina.
It just says 80. I don't
Well,
know. They
it's
have it
not-
on here that it's Trump.
All right. What about Georgia?
Georgia, 90% of the votes counted. Trump is, oh man, Trump is, oh no, he's up by about 136,000 votes. Maybe round it to 137.
This shit is just wild, dude.
Yo, man, I mean,
You think they're gonna call it tonight?
I hope so. I just hope that Trump gets enough so that even if the other states didn't figure their shit out, that it doesn't matter. And we could all go to sleep knowing that, the outcome. Yeah, so Trump is now at 230, so he needs 40 more electoral votes. And he should pretty much get those, I think, from PA and Georgia, right? Assuming he wins those states.
Yeah, I think PA's 23 or something.
I think Georgia's like, isn't it like in the teens, like 19 or 15 or something
I
like
don't
that?
remember. I really don't.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just hoping to get the outcome tonight. And
What's tell me the final in New Jersey? I know it's already called blue, but
Jersey, she won by looks like not quite 200,000 votes. Maybe like 180,000 votes she won.
New
Which is-
Jersey's full of fucking white chicks.
Yeah, but that's actually better than I expected Jersey to do.
Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you check the Senate races? Just Google Senate race.
Sure.
There's probably an option to just switch.
And I'm using Yahoo, if nobody noticed, which is one of MSM's favorite platforms, search engines. Okay. Oh, here.
If Tim Thiel's watching, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to vape as much, buddy.
So I don't know what this means to you. Was there something specific you were looking for?
Yeah, Bob Casey sucks my ass.
Is that the dude in Montana?
No, Pennsylvania, motherfucker.
Oh, PA. He's currently losing, but it's close.
Yeah. I hate that dude. He's been there for 3 terms, and his commercials are. He just talks about greedflation, and honestly, if you get inflation wrong, it just fucking infuriates me at this point.
It's close.
I'm battling with people. I was battling with people on Facebook about it today. Like greedy companies, but that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Stop watching the
"Yeah."
news. Turn
like-
off the television.
Stop telling me that Rothbard and Mises are wrong, dude. He's like, you know what you're talking about, Cayman. I'm like, okay, maybe I don't. I'm just some jerk off from high school, right? On Facebook. I know absolutely nothing. But I learned
You
that
only
shit
study economics.
from Rothbard and Mises, dude. It's not only do I study it, I like it.
Yeah.
I spend my free time in this shit. You know, I'm not telling you how to fix your fucking car. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not telling you how to put makeup on or some shit. I'm not telling you how to do your fucking jobs. I don't know your job. I don't know what you're happy, and maybe you know sports. Maybe you know a lot about fucking cars. You know what I mean? I know a lot about this shit.
Yeah, we all have our little
Rub it on
niches.
your chest with butter.
We all have our interests, our passions, and you're certainly passionate about economics. I wouldn't dare challenge you.
What motherfuckers? Well, you gotta understand economics, understand geopolitics. I like geopolitics.
That's your department. I don't challenge you there. I ask questions, but yeah,
Yeah, and
definitely.
geopolitics. Oh, speaking of that, Iran has promised to strike back, and they said after the election, after our election, for sure, but before the inauguration. So I'm guessing they're waiting to see the outcome of tonight.
Well, it was a Pompeo was on I don't know if it was today or yesterday. He was at a Trump rally talking about
Oh,
how he wants to put down terrorist Iran or whatever he said.
yeah, chill out. Well, that's the Israel talk.
I know. That's my
But
did
Ron
you
Paul,
vote?
Ron Paul actually says something about Pompeo today. He's
I
like,
saw that, yeah.
be careful of the neocons you're still hanging out with.
Again, I mean, is Trump really going to put Pompeo back in office, or is this just a facade and just to keep the players where they are on the chessboard for
It
now?
depends on what job he gets. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't give him any job. He had a job last time. He didn't do that well, and now he's talking about going to war with Iran. Man, shut the fuck up.
To make it clear that we do not support Donald Trump putting any neocon warhawks in his cabinet at all.
I agree.
None of them. Zero.
He's suddenly making time for these like warhawk neocons.
Such as who?
And I think it is an insult. Genuinely, it is an insult.
Who are you talking about? Like specifics?
I mean, like, I could name a ton of people, but I'll let Dave do that.
Mike Pompeo, David Friedman, those are two to start with right there.
Well, back to what I said, right? So hypothetically, Iran is waiting for. They said they're waiting for the election results before the attack comes, but the attack is coming. Or the response, whatever the hell they're calling it.
Right.
So, say, for argument's sake, right? Kamala wins tonight, we know it, and then tomorrow morning, because we're 6 hours, 12. I forget how far we are behind Israel. Or
It's probably
yeah.
more than 6, but
But
somewhere between 6 and 10.
So and Iran and Hezbollah respond tomorrow, or do you think they'd wait?
If Harris wins, they can do whatever they want, because I'm not so sure that the Harris regime is going to jump right in, so to speak. I think.
Well, I don't see. There's nothing. There's nothing that I see that would give me reason to doubt that they would just let Israel go free. We've already shipped some bombers over there.
Oh, I think ultimately the Harris campaign will absolutely back Israel. Do I think that they'll jump on the train maybe right away? Probably not. But yeah, no doubt. Eventually, they will support Israel. At least behind the scenes.
I saw a great thing today, and I'll have you post it on the bottom. And it's from the Rebel Capitalist. No, it wasn't from Rebel Capitalist. It was from Peter St. An economist. It's a 3-minute video, and he's talking about all these presidential directives that get executed tomorrow. Some of them were one of them has to do with the pipeline in Dakota. They want to shut that down. They want to pull back a bunch of licensing, like everything that they can't do before the election. They make them look bad. They're going to do tomorrow. I'll send you the video. It's 3 minutes. You can probably just play it.
I'm just sitting here watching this poll. I don't know is it just me, but like I've been going back and forth for like hours, like it's like my fantasy team, and we're in like the final 10 minutes. I'm like, oh God, where are we at? Where are we at? Like checking it just every few minutes.
I purposely didn't look to wait till I was on here with you.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing tomorrow? Is it revolution, or can I just go food shopping and carry on with my day as normal?
Yeah.
Where are we at?
I got it on here. I think I even shared it on fucking Facebook.
Did you vote?
Yeah, I went right in and out.
Nice.
They didn't ask for my ID though, but they asked somebody behind me, and somebody had a Trump hat on in there. You're not supposed to wear shit. Like I had this shirt on earlier, and I went home and changed it just in case, because I wasn't sure how anal they are down here.
Yeah, my mom told me that yesterday.
I was in and out in 5 minutes.
Said you're not allowed to wear any like kind of political shirts going in to vote. Is that new?
No, it's been like that. You can't campaign inside there or whatever the fuck it
That
is.
sounds ridiculous to me. I
And,
mean, I get it for like the pollsters. Like I get that, like the people running the polls. I get it. Like you should have neutral clothing on. You know.
But like all the way into the front door in Pennsylvania, they have different laws than New Jersey. So like walking, and I voted a school, or I could walk there. It's right down the street. It's a private, like specialized music school. And so the back of the school is on the road, and then the front of the school is into the parking lot. So there's a sidewalk that goes around to the front of the building. It was just signs all the way to like exactly 15 feet from the door.
Oh wow.
And then on each side of the door, there's a Republican and a Democrat, and they offer you a ballot, a pretend ballot, but it tells you who their people are. So it's almost like this is how you should fill out your ballot. But I'm just like, no, I just walk by and I say thank you very much.
I don't know. I thought it was ridiculous when she told me, but you know, I'd never really thought about it like that. I guess you could set up shop on this. I don't know. I just feel like wearing a T-shirt that says who you're about to vote for isn't a big deal. But I could see how like campaigning on the side, yeah, that would be an issue. You know. Plus, it might not be the best idea for like
you
civil.
can't even bring in like a dozen donuts and have like a Trump sticker on the box of fucking donuts.
Yeah, that seems ridiculous to me, but
I
whatever.
I get it.
I feel like it was different like back in the day, because back in the day, like for some reason, like nobody would really like openly talk about who they were voting for. You know.
Well, trying to talk to you about having sex with my wife, and you're getting all personal.
Exactly.
White people do not like to talk about their political affiliations. It's a secret. You ever ask a white guy who's voting for you? Hey, Bob, who are you going to vote for? Dave, whoa. Well, take it easy now. Take it easy. So anyway, I was fucking my wife in her ass, right? And I mean, it was something else. Yeah, but who are you voting for? Dave, come on with the voting. I'm trying to tell you about fucking my wife, and you're asking me all these personal questions.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like back in the day, it was kind of more like secretive for some reason, and like nowadays, you know, you don't have to ask somebody who they're voting for. A lot of times, you could just see it on their clothing, or you know, they're wearing a hat or whatever. Oh.
Yeah, I hate that it's so taboo to like talk about it.
Yeah, but why? I mean, who cares?
I like to bitch about we used to all be able to bitch about the government together. Now you're not allowed to talk bad about it.
We should all be on the same team here, regardless of who you're voting for. It's really us versus the government at the end of the day. That's what it should be.
I honestly think if Kamala wins, the only reason I'm even going to use Facebook is to just advertise our fucking thing. I'll stick to Twitter.
What happens, you think, if Harris wins?
I'm worried about it. Well, I'll get canceled. You'll get canceled.
Oh yeah, our show's already done.
Our censorship would go.
Well, I mean, outside of the censorship, how do you think people react to that?
Misinformation. Anything we want to talk about, misinformation.
Yeah, especially if it's true. You certainly can't talk about it.
You can't even talk about scary things that came from distant eastern places that cause lots of people to not feel well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely, I mean, I feel like that's the beginning of the end. Like, I've never said this about an election before. You know, normally I'm like, yo, whatever, who cares? Yeah. You know, whoever wins, nothing's going to change. But I really feel like if Harris wins, it's
the end.
Yeah, this country's done.
They can literally, if they take the swing states because they threw the population in, they own them. There's nothing to stop them. They're literally seizing power in front of our faces.
Yeah.
And people are cheering it on. Like, you wonder how, like, when you look back throughout history, you're like, how could a population listen to a crazy leader and do all this fucked up shit? Well, now you fucking know.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're going to be like, I I forget how to pronounce the name, but the GIES or GEIS, the name of the family that hid Anne Frank. Everyone thinks they're going to be them. They're all going to be the fucking neighbor who's like, nah, the Trumper, he lives over there.
Yeah.
He's got a gun.
I mean, again, the Harris's party really likes to throw this term around. You know, they like to say Nazi this and fascist that and blah 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 blah. But if you've ever found yourself like wondering, like, hey, why would people in World War II vote for Hitler? Why would, you know, anybody want this fascist regime? Well, if you voted for Harris, you have your answer because all the information's right in front of you and you just chose to ignore it. You know, the censorship, the immigration, the money going overseas, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I don't want to say if you voted for it, you're a Nazi, but
You know where a lot of the Nazi eugenics shit comes from?
where,
Us.
like, our
The- the-
generation?
No, the progressives. The Nazis took movements from over here and advertised them over there. The eugenics is a progressive thing. You know what I'm talking about, eugenics, right?
I've heard of eugenics through like the World Economic Forum and you know,
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
other
That was over
controlling
here.
wealthy people.
I'm pretty sure that the chick from Planned Parenthood is all about eugenics. The chick they like love was all about that shit.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
then, and then,
much
and
about
then
it.
the Nazis, the Germans got the ideas from us.
Harris just won New Mexico.
Really? This is a beautiful territory out there.
Yeah, let's.
So much nicer than old Mexico.
It's close. Here, let me bring it up. The old
But that was
Mexico.
already like tilted blue, right?
Yeah, it's a done deal.
What are we at?
Or well, we don't know if it's a done deal. I mean, if there's some shenanigans going on, but we're just going to assume right now it's a done deal. And yeah, she only won by 40,000 votes.
It's not often that they call it and then change their mind, but who knows?
Well, again, they have it for her, but they were saying that 75% of the votes are counted. That's the same thing that was before when you asked me for North Carolina. Yeah, because they have North Carolina for Trump, but only 89% of the votes have been counted. So
It has to do with there's like they base it off like last year's. There's some mathematical hoopla.
gotcha. In any case, that takes the grand total right here. We're at 230 versus 192. Yeah. Georgia 91%. PA still I think it was 79% the last time we checked. But it looks like Trump
Does it auto refresh for you?
Yeah, it does. But it looks like Trump is almost 200,000 votes ahead of Kamala now in PA. We're also waiting on Arizona, which is very close, and only half the votes have been counted. Wisconsin's pretty close.
See, I just Googled U.S. Senate and it brought up a perfect map for me.
Yeah, I have those here. I don't know if it auto refreshed. Let me refresh it.
No, see if you can. How's that look to you?
Yeah, 40 to 49. That's what it shows.
Yeah, this is Senate. Yeah, I'm looking at the Senate.
That's the same that this is showing.
PA.
I think it was 48 to 40 the last we checked.
Dave McCormick leads with 78% reporting. There was a great commercial that they play out here because it's a local race, but it's like they're making fun of the Republican candidate. I forget his name. It's like Bob Haskins or something dumb like that. Not Bob Haskins, but it's like
yeah, isn't he an actor?
It's like, but yeah, he's an actor.
He's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Isn't that him?
They keep saying his name, and it's like, oh, Bob is friends with rich Republicans. They don't care about you. It's some funny shit making fun of him.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah, But because it's a swing state, I'm getting whacked with way more fucking mail. Dude, there's so many flyers in my mailbox. I'm getting like 5 a day. And then every like 9 out of 10 commercials on YouTube is an election commercial. And then if I watch like Hulu or something that has commercials in it now that I can't really skip, it's like 2.5 minutes of just commercial that I can't skip.
Ew.
And they're usually all just like terrible, just slow, like throwing mud, ridiculous commercials. You know what I mean? Like sound bites, and it's like Trump hates this, and Kamala hates that, and Trump hates the Jews, and Kamala loves the Jews.
Yeah. Well, Elizabeth Warren won re-election, so that's disappointing. I mean, it's Massachusetts, but
Pocahontas.
yeah. I was talking about her with my friend from work the other day. She's my friend's a native. She's like a descendant of 5 tribes. And I don't even know how Elizabeth Warren came up, but my friend did not have kind things to say about her.
She's a shyster, dude.
Yeah, fuck that lady. The Elizabeth Warren, not my friend.
Yeah. They all are like the thing I do like how so many Republicans left and went to support Kamala, right? And then when you listen to like RFK, who I liked from the beginning, Tulsi, who I've always liked, Vivek, who I've always liked, Elon, and Ron Paul, like, and they talk about starting a new party. You know what I mean? Like this is we call it the new Republican Party. Call whatever you want, but it's not the same old. It's not like Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney, or even John McCain. You know what I mean? It's like because they're basically the same industrial complex party.
Yeah.
Big pharma, big military.
Well, I think we need to revamp the system. You know, like one of the things that I've been saying to you for years, and I'm pretty sure you agree on it, is introducing like term limits. You know, fucking Nancy Pelosi. How long has this bitch been in office? You know, she's almost like she's like a permanent government fixture. What's Mitch McConnell? You know,
I do think that that would help. I hate the fact that we have to do it because it.
Why not? The president has term limits, right?
Yeah, I know, but originally, like I told you a million times, like, the job is supposed to be a burden. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be a career path.
Maybe that's what we should make it again.
Well, how do you do that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm hoping Ron Paul does, though.
But the other problem is that the people who change the laws have no incentive to change the law because it hurts them. You know what I mean? Because they're the ones who are benefiting from the corrupt system because they're the ones in power.
Right.
So they're never going to vote themselves out. They can't call out the other ones because you get kicked out. And if you come in and start cutting this and doing that, and you don't get people like the return, then you don't get in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think obviously there's a couple things we can do. One would be term limits. 2 would be banning insider trading. Anybody who doesn't know what that is, that means that politicians can actually trade stocks. So they can.
Well, that's not insider trading. They're privy to insider trading because of their position. Insider trading is acting on information that the public doesn't have
regarding stocks.
It couldn't be found out like a normal way. There's a rule to it, but like if she knows. Like think of the movie Wall Street, right? The kid, Charlie Sheen, knew that his dad's airline was about to get a favorable ruling with the FDA or the airline or whatever, and that would have made their stock go up. So they knew to get it early. That's insider trading. So what you're trying to say is that while you served in office, there's got to be some kind of thing you give up.
Yeah, you can't play the stock market while you're in office.
Your wife can't trade. Maybe you have to sell all your shit before you come in, or you have to sign it off to somebody else. You
Yeah.
can't make any moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, thank you for clarifying that. Again, that's not
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
department. I'm just pseudo sort of familiar with it. But yeah,
But
maybe
Elizabeth,
another thing that we do regarding funding is outside funding. We should shut that down. Obviously we've talked
oh,
about
super
APAC
PACs,
and
super PACs. Yeah,
yeah,
APAC something different. But yeah,
but yeah, this funding that comes in from other countries, with their own lobbyists and interests here, and I don't see why we should entertain any of that because it has nothing to do with running America.
look at the Clintons, dude. They've been in public service their entire careers. She might be a lawyer, but she never practiced law.
Right.
And even with the very nice salaries you get from being in the Senate and you being and all the perks that come with it and being president, that money can't turn into $200 million. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Obamas are worth like $1 billion.
That's ridiculous. Like you said, the job's supposed to be a burden, and this guy's getting rich, like filthy rich. That's not even rich.
Yeah,
By the way, Harris just won Virginia.
really?
Yeah, it looks like by 150,000 ish votes, 148,000.
What's
Something like that.
the amount reporting?
82% votes counted.
That's a
Again, I
shame.
don't think I understand that because if you still have 18% of the vote to count, is that saying? I don't know. I don't think
You're saying that
maybe my math is off.
even with the 18%, if it all goes to Trump,
He still won't have
can't-
enough.
He still can't win.
Yeah, it's probably just my math being off.
That's how it works. Like I said, there's a algorithm to it.
Gotcha. Well, I'm just going to take your word for it. Well, PA is up to 81% now, so they are counting the votes. And Trump's lead is widened. He's now up by up over 200,000 votes on Harris.
It looks like the Senate is 50 GOP, 41 Dem right now. Let's see the House. I didn't look at the House all day, except for poor
Yep.
Lily. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I see over
GOP
here.
GOP's got 169. Democrats have 123.
So explain this to me.
I'll do my best.
So like what is it? What am I looking at here? So 50 Republicans, that means 50 Republicans have a seat on the Senate, right? Versus
Right now.
41 for Democrats at the moment.
Yeah. So there's 9 seats that are up for grabs right now.
Okay, so there's a total of 100. So basically, essentially, if the Republicans get one more seat, they run the House, right?
They have the majority. If
Right.
they
It
get
would be a very small majority, but
get 60, they have the super majority.
or they run the Senate rather. So the House, right? Is House different? What? There's nothing on the House.
The House right next to it, right?
Yeah, there's
Senate.
nothing there though. I don't know.
Oh, Yahoo sucks. Maybe they don't want to show you.
Maybe. I don't know.
Don't Google in Yahoo. Go up to your search bar and just put House, U.S. House results or something. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they just didn't want to show it.
See, look at PA now. Look at all that red, and then there's this couple of spots.
Looks like Philly and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, then there's and then outside of here, like Norristown, Allentown.
Which is kind of wild to me because, I would think like living in Philly, and obviously you could attest to it more than me, you guys are seeing all this shit, like, just the crime, the immigration, like we talked about earlier, all this wild stuff going down in the inner cities. And like, it's just remarkable to me, like how this is blue right now.
People don't figure it out until the end, man.
Just wow. All right.
We are a small minority. of people waking up. I think there's when I think we're a little bit more than small, but
Well, I
you
think a
know,
lot of people are waking up.
yeah.
I'm actually surprised to see that the presidential race is even this close. Like I said, I
Well,
expected it to be a
again,
pretty big
it
blowout.
it looks like a blowout, or not blowout, but it looks like a Trump win right now. But one state goes a different way, and there's 30, and you're right back in it.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm actually, like I said, I'm even surprised it was even this close because I didn't expect Harris to really be in the running this late into the evening. But here she is.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer, and I thought it was going to be. I had this feeling that like it was going to be like razor thin, but it was going to be a Trump win, and then they were going to do some kind of bippity boppity.
Oh, I still think they may do that. I haven't ruled that out.
Oh, we should have played the clip from Jamie Raskin. You know the clip I'm talking about? When he's like, "We won't let him win. We'll invoke the 25th of the what
Oh
amendment."
no,
Or
I didn't see that.
Jamie Raskin. The only reason he was very hard on the January 6 people. He was the leader of that crusade, and he was also my congressman when I lived in Silver Spring. But he was talking. He's like on record at like some conference, or he's talking to like reporters with a group of other people, talking about how they won't let Trump. They won't like certify the results as they can do something.
I mean, it's like you said earlier. I mean, they've basically been doing all of these things that they're accusing Trump and his team of doing right out in the open. You know, it's really kind of remarkable. And it's just very hypocritical, you know, to say
Under
that
the
Trump is
14th
doing all of
Amendment,
these things and you guys are actually doing them.
I think he said something about invoking the 14th.
Trump did?
No, Jamie Raskin.
Oh.
Even if he wins, he can't because of blah 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 blah. And he only wants to win because he wants to pardon himself. He doesn't care. I think Trump actually cares more than any other person that's running.
Oh, you definitely have to give him that. He definitely cares. This guy had everything, you know. Then decided to run for president, you know, and these people have been trying to destroy his life ever since. What does he get out of that?
The minute he says I'm going to run as a Republican, he's public enemy number one.
Well, he actually tried to run as Democrat, but they pushed him out, or they wouldn't accept him. Whatever the hell that went down, because he is a Democrat.
Look at the Democrats, man. They screwed over Bernie Sanders twice.
Bernie,
they
RFK.
They pushed out RFK. They pushed out Tulsi. They fucked over Marianne Williamson. Biden said he was going to be the guy. I'm good. The media covers for him. Everybody says he's great. The public defended him. How dare you make fun of him? He's got a stutter. It's all right-wing conspiracy bullshit. It's only a clip. And then all of a sudden he has the debate and he can't fucking handle himself and they can't hide it. And then they give you Kamala and you're supposed to say that's protecting democracy? The chick that nobody liked. She couldn't even win her own state. She got manhandled by Tulsi at the debate. And they put her in. And now you're trying to pretend it's not what it is. Like, how do you, like, as a voter, as a Democrat voter, how can you not be like, they really think I'm a fucking jerk off?
Yeah, it's just remarkable.
They treat their voter like jerk offs, and they just say thank you.
Well, again, she wasn't even chosen. She wasn't even elected. She was selected. You know. Yeah, I realize that Biden, had his mishaps, but again, they already knew that. So it's not like, oh, we didn't know Biden wasn't going to be able to run, so we had to throw in Harris last minute. No, what's that?
They lied.
They lied. You guys knew Biden wasn't well. Harris knew Biden wasn't well, and y'all covered it up. And then when you couldn't cover it up anymore, then you pushed Harris into the position. Didn't let the people choose her. Just pushed her in there.
Speaking of that, who's making the fucking decisions right now?
How is this not fascism?
Joe.
Like
it ain't Joe, right?
No, it's definitely not Joe. Joe doesn't even know what he ate for breakfast this morning. It's crazy. I mean, again, that is like the definition of corruption and totalitarian government. You know,
Who's in the cult, Paul? Who's really in the cult? Is it whacked out Trumpers or is it the fucking progressives?
no, it's definitely it's the machine. You know, for sure.
Dude,
And
I
these
saw the
people
quote.
are just buying into the machinist propaganda.
The ones pushing the censor, if you go throughout history, throughout time, the ones pushing censorship are never the good guys.
Yes, absolutely. And why do we need to censor anything? We have the internet. People will figure the truth out. You post some fake ass picture on here today. I was just talking about this the other day. Remember when Kate Middleton resurfaced, or when she went MIA for a couple months?
Oh, with the different pictures and
Yeah.
shit.
So the royal family or whomever, you know, PR associate or whatever, posted a picture of her, like, no, look, here she is, she's fine. And within a day, the internet was like, no, it's fake. Look, blah 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 blah. Then, you know, they said, oh, okay, yeah, that picture was fake. Then they posted another one, and then the same shit happened. We don't need people to tell us what is misinformation. We can figure it out collectively, you know. And I think that's a one of the big
Yeah,
things.
let us decide for ourselves.
Yeah,
But
we'll figure out if it's
again,
bullshit or not.
under the disguise of safety and it's for your own good, and we're protecting somebody else, we have to take away your rights.
Yeah. Let us have your guns too. Don't worry, we'll protect you.
Oh yeah, we're not coming for your guns. Such a fucking crock of shit, dude.
Rest in peace, Peanut and Fred.
Oh, tragedy. Without government, who would kick down your door and fucking shoot your pets?
Steal your fucking pets and shit. And then euthanize them.
Ridiculous.
Today, oh, but Paul, it's just a squirrel, it's just a raccoon. Today. In the future, it might be something else. Might be you, might be your kids. You said something, they didn't like it, so.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, some neighbor snitched and said they have a squirrel. You know what I mean? So they spent an entire day. They spent all this time investigating a squirrel guy. They spent more time on that than they did on any of Epstein's clients.
Yes, I know. Right? Oh, by the way, guys, it's been about 5 years. Just your daily reminder that nobody from the Epstein list has been arrested or questioned outside of Maxwell.
I've been
and the guy who killed himself.
Speaking of the diddling, I've been watching Diddy videos of like the YouTube investigator documentary people
Mm-hmm.
trying to see what's going on with this dude. Did you see the phone call he released? Well,
I heard it, yeah.
Doesn't release it. He's like, "Did you get rid of the laundry? Did you do the laundry?"
Well, he was talking about pizza boxes too. And
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Pizza boxes. Did you get rid of the pizza boxes?
Yeah, which people are speculating is a tie to Pizzagate. Anybody who doesn't know what Pizzagate is, you can Google it. I'm not going to go into it on the air.
I don't think it has anything to do with Pizzagate. I think that he's saying get rid of all the evidence that might be in the house.
No, it doesn't have anything directly to do with Pizzagate, I don't think. But the terminology, because all these P's, they all use like certain terminology, right? It's a code word, right? And I think they all use the same code words, whether you're involved in Pizzagate or not. It doesn't matter. They all say the same stuff. But yeah, you guys can Google it if you want.
I don't know.
That was one of the things that that got leaked on WikiLeaks, and that was like right when they went after Assange. Whether I think they were going after him already, but that was like real damaging.
What was
the whole Pizzagate thing? People think this is some conspiracy shit. Like, no, this shit got leaked in the was it the Anthony Weiner emails, I believe, or Podesta email? I think Podesta was part of the emails. But in any case, this shit got leaked online, and people just kind of coughed it up to a conspiracy theory. But no, this shit actually exists. You can Google them if you want.
I know
disturbing
that,
stuff.
like,
Just heads up.
I know that like the elite try to like throw those little jokes in our face that it's in there. You know what I mean? Or like you know, see like the random penises in the cartoons or some shit like that. But
yeah. They throw symbolism in our face constantly. It's on your money.
I really just think I heard the talk. Really just think he was like when you said pizza boxes. I immediately thought like get rid of the evidence.
That is what he meant by that. But the fact that he used pizza boxes, people are
It
speculating
could be
that.
like, did you take out the fucking trash? Did you get all the trash? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
the,
who knows? It might not be related to Pizzagate at all, but people were speculating that.
Yeah, I think that's a stretch.
I'm not going there with it, but other people.
I've never
have
heard it
gone
used
there.
before, and I listened to all types of fucking criminal investigations.
I think it is likely though that Diddy obviously uses a lot of the same terminology as maybe some of these other P's.
But pizza boxes is the term. If you say
No,
pizza,
I don't know. I don't think that's a term. So no. But like types of pizza is like a term. Like a pepperoni pizza means something. A hot dog means something. They also have like
I've heard that, but I've never heard those words used.
yeah, they also have like symbols and stuff. Like one looks
Yeah, I
like a
heard that too, but
spiral.
none of them. I haven't seen none of them be a fucking pizza. I don't see the Noid.
Well,
remember that dude?
Yeah, I do.
That was a good game.
Actually,
for
the
Sega.
game's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Probably the
For
best
Sega.
game ever based on an advertisement, or
Yeah,
literally
It's
playing
a fun
commercial.
game. Speaking of that, I did not renew my PlayStation membership, the live or online.
Yeah, what have you been playing lately?
Phoenix Point,
Oh, okay.
because I can play it off. But I mean, except for the free games that I barely play, I'm not into anything multiplayer right now. There's no game that I need to be online. So until something comes out that I'm like, oh, I need to get back on because I need the whatever the fuck.
Right.
But Phoenix Point's a long ass game. I keep starting over. When I realize I fucked up, I don't play it out. I start over.
Like, what kind of game is it? Strategy game?
Yeah, it's like XCOM.
So is this like a shooter strategy or like?
No, it's like Vandal Hearts.
Oh, okay. So like turn-based strategy game.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's the future and space and different races, and you move around the board. You can jump on top of buildings. And they got like bombs.
Is it turn-based or is it real time? Is it
Turn-
StarCraft or is it Vandal Hearts?
Vandal Hearts.
Okay, so it's turn-based.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But it's one of those games where like you're meant to lose people along the way. You got to keep recruiting and building,
Oh, yeah.
and like it's like a map of the U.S. of the whole world, and you gotta kind of have different guys, different places to stop, whatever the fuck. But people die, and I hate when my characters die. So like I'll keep starting the board over and over and over again until I get to the whole end without anybody dying.
Yeah.
But now I'm at the point where I think I have to let it happen. The guys are just getting too fucking strong.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
what
really
it was with Vandal Hearts. If your dude died in Vandal Hearts, he was back for the next map.
yeah, you wouldn't get paid out for it.
I hate when they die. I always hated that even about like Vi and Lunar. When a new character would come in and you grind him and you like him and then you lose him. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, Final Fantasy Tactics does that. If
Exactly.
your character dies and you do not revive them, they will stay dead.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a main character. Well, obviously the main protagonist that can't happen, but yeah,
Yeah.
everybody else, it's pretty wild. I'm
That
not
was
a
a good
fan of
fucking
that
game,
either.
dude. Tactics was a great game.
Yeah, Tactics is still well revered now. So we have an update. Harris won Hawaii. I find that absolutely shocking. Lahaina, really?
Yeah, I think it's always
Really?
It's always blue, dude.
But wow, after what happened? Wow. I'm shocked. So yeah, we are currently sitting at 230 to 209.
What's Pennsylvania at?
PA, where are you at? We got 83% counted, and Trump is up by looks like about 220,000 votes. I don't know how many more he needs, but it looks like it's getting close.
What's Michigan?
Michigan flipped, it looks like, because I thought it was blue earlier. 45% of the votes counted, and Trump is up by about 130,000.
And then show me Wisconsin.
Wisconsin also looks like it flipped. 76% of the votes counted, and Trump is up by about 100,000 votes.
So like what were like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, right? Those are definitely swing states. Nevada. What's Nevada at?
Nevada hasn't done shit yet. Yo, what are you guys doing? Fuck you all doing out there? 0%
What
votes
about,
counted.
what about Arizona?
Arizona is at 50% still. Oh, I didn't even realize it. How's the electoral votes right here? So let me just peep something real quick. So PA has 19. Georgia has 16. So even if Trump wins both of those, he's going to have 35. So he would still need 5 more electoral votes. He would still need to win 1 more state.
And then
Michigan is 15. Wisconsin is 10. Arizona's 11. Nevada's 6. Actually, it's really Nevada. I always get corrected
Whatever.
when I say Nevada. Sorry, guys. Nevada.
It's your accent. Fuck
Yeah,
'em.
I don't know. I don't really know what to call it. I haven't lived here long enough, so I kind of go back and forth between both. But every time I see Nevada, they're like, it's Nevada, Paul. Got it.
Yeah, I say Iran all the time. And it's Iran.
I used to do that too. And then I dated an Iranian chick, and she corrected me for the first few weeks, and it just kind of stuck.
Did she have a magic carpet?
Not that I know of. If she did, she never showed it to me.
It's Persian. It's from Persia.
Oh, is that where you were going with that?
Yeah. Who been putting the cools out on my floor? It's almost time for that movie. It's a Thanksgiving and Christmas film.
Yeah, I don't know. Minnesota flipped as well because Trump was ahead earlier.
No, I don't. Yeah, but I think Minnesota's probably going to go blue. There's a bunch of there's a lot of Somalis up there,
She's
but
up.
a lot of them are for Trump too. They're all pissed off about something.
She's up by about 120,000 votes at the moment. There's also Maine, I guess, which doesn't really mean all that much. It's only 2.
Yeah,
two
Maine's
electoral.
like I don't see Maine not being blue.
It was red earlier. It's close. Harris is up by about 13,000 votes, but I don't think Trump really needs it, assuming he wins PA and Georgia. Actually, he could pretty much win any of these other states. If he wins Georgia and PA, he can pretty much win anything that's not Maine, Vermont, and Alaska, and he'll win.
Oh, according to this, McCormick, Bob Casey's only down by like 70,000 votes.
Oh, let's check the Senate race.
Senate, Pennsylvania.
So we added another Democrat.
Go to Pennsylvania for me.
PA, it's close.
I know. Fuck Bob Casey. He's so bad. He's so
84% of the votes counted, and your homeboy's up by about 75,000.
What percentage?
84.
Hurry up and close.
Right.
I just can't. But again, Bob Casey's a 3-termer. This will be his 4th term, man.
Term
Like,
limits, man.
That dude. This is a swampy motherfucker.
Get the fuck out. That's it.
He's in that shit up to his chin.
2 terms. Your ass is gone. See ya. Unless, like you said earlier, unless you change the entire position where it's more like a burden and nobody really wants to do it. You know, you got to be like passionate about it because you're only making, whatever.
Well, you got to shrink the size of government before you can ever do
Oh,
it. They're in charge. There's too much shit that the government does.
Hopefully the guy in your shirt gets to work on that, assuming Trump is victorious.
Or people carry on his fucking name and
Yeah.
his spirit. All right, you can play that video if you want.
All right. So yeah, it's well, before I do that, this is weird. So they had Harris winning Nebraska here, which is only two electoral votes, but if I hover over Nebraska, it clearly shows Trump not only winning Nebraska, but like pretty significantly.
Show me on the map.
I don't know what's going on there, but it has Trump at almost 400,000 votes, excuse me. And it has Kamala not even clearing 300,000 votes. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. And they do have it colored for Trump on the map, but off to the right it has it for Harris. So I'm not really sure. But all right, let's pull this up real quick. This is a video that you just found, right?
Yeah. Do you follow Andy No?
I've seen some of Andy No's stuff.
I read his book. I think it's up there somewhere. Oh, it's right here actually. Unmasked. It was a book about Antifa.
So yeah, so speaking of Antifa, let me just play this because obviously I haven't seen this yet. You just
Fuck
came out.
Antifa.
This is fresh. When is this?
Just
is
now.
Yeah, like less than an hour ago.
Bring you the fresh news. But
All right.
this is a recording, so it's not that fresh from the time you see it.
Well, it was posted less than an hour ago. Let's play it.
Do not interfere with the police while they're making arrests. If you interfere with the police, you'll be arrested. Move away. We encourage you to film. We encourage you to film. We just ask you that you give the officers some safe working space. So please move away from the officers while they are making arrests. We want you to film. We just want you to give them some space for a safe working environment. Standing on top of the police is not a safe working environment. Please give them a little more space. We encourage you to film. We want you to film. But please give the officers some space while they're doing their job. Our intent here is to get back to a normal First Amendment event without criminal activity. The only way we're going to interfere is if criminal acts are committed or if you interfere with the police taking action. Our purpose here is to make sure that this is a safe event for everybody and keep the streets clear.
I love police activity.
Get back to Plaza, motherfuckers! No
Yeah.
likes you here! This fucking neighborhood would kill you if we had the chance! Get the fuck out of here, pigs! Go fucking die! And guess
Don't it remind you of the Foot Clan?
What's that?
Don't it remind you of the Foot?
Yeah, from the Ninja Turtles.
Hey, what the? Whoa! And I thought insurance salesmen were pushy.
Fucking black pajamas.
So it was funny because I was going to ask you right before we played this video, like, how do we know this is Antifa? And then I see they're all wearing masks. So yeah, that pretty much just gives it away.
I think technically that's black bloc, but it's all the same shit.
Whatever.
Black bloc.
Yeah, whatever. We can rule out Trump supporters because Trump supporters don't fucking wear masks.
I wonder how many of those dudes are fucking FBI.
It may be. Very well might be. I'm not even sure what's going on here. Let me mute it and I'll continue the video. It looks like they arrested one dude and now these people are all yelling at the cops. All hooded and cloaked up and masked up, of course, so we can't see any of their faces. So FBI, definitely a possibility. And they got umbrellas too. Like, maybe
Yeah,
it's raining. These guys kind of look like they're wearing rain jackets somewhat.
No, the umbrellas are for blocking cameras and a shield against tear gas and shit.
Ah. Am I editing this out or are we just letting this roll?
Oh, I don't care.
Pun intended.
I do what I gotta do, homie.
I don't care. All right, so they actually did give Nebraska to Harris. I'm so confused. Wait. Yeah, I think. I think it's just an error, but I'm not really sure. I'm not going to jump to conclusions.
What's Nebraska good for? Corn?
Yeah.
There's a
Farming,
corn
for
hustle.
sure. I bet Bill Gates owns a lot of real estate in Nebraska. I'm just speculating. I really don't know. BlackRock probably does too. Probably China as well.
I bet you can Google all the farmland that Bill Gates owns.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Well, it has to be public, right? Doesn't it have to be public record if you sell property, sell and buy property?
Yeah, but like hypothetically, it could be like under LLCs and shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
don't know
mean,
if it's I don't know if it's in the name of Bill Gates.
I'm
could
sure
be
it
in the name-
doesn't say Bill Gates. It's probably some subsidiary company he owns or, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. That's weird because Harris had 208 and now they gave her 210. But like I said, if you just hover here, I don't know. I think it's just an error, but we'll see. Georgia's got 94% counted. Trump is up about, looks like 120,000-ish votes, give or take. And then PA is now 88% of the votes counted. And Trump is up about 160, 70K, it looks like. See where Michigan's only at 57%, so we're probably going to have to wait a while to find out about that one. And Wisconsin's at 84%. Trump is currently up about 110,000 votes. I'm honestly really shocked that all of these are this close. I expected Trump to be a lot further ahead in many of these swing states. Then there's Arizona. 51% of the votes counted, and Trump is only up by about 13,000 votes in Arizona. And Nevada still hasn't done shit. What the fuck y'all doing? Even California's got their shit already submitted. What's going on, Nevada? I feel like I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight until this shit goes down.
I don't know. I think we actually might get right now. I think we actually might get an answer. That's why I'm staying on this. Everybody thought it was going to be too close to call. I would just tell you I'd talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, and we still may cut it at some point, but yeah, we're actually almost exactly 2 hours in right now. Well, before edits. We had a lot of downtime, so it probably won't be quite that long. Yeah, Minnesota, 62%. And it looks like Harris is up. Where's my math at? I don't know, about 60, 70K.
What's Georgia at?
Georgia's at 94%. And Trump is up about, it's like 125,000 votes. I would imagine it's got to be getting close at 94%, right? Like you had mentioned earlier, like if all the votes haven't been tallied, but they give the state to one of the candidates, like you said, it's probably just because even if the other candidate got all the votes, it wouldn't be enough to win the state. Still probably worth looking into anyway, just in case there's some shenanigans going on. Hopefully there's not, but
all it takes is one state to be too close.
Yeah.
And that's how the fucking game can begin.
Yeah, we should definitely make sure everything's legit, on both sides. So you're at your Senate race. We got 51 Republicans to 42 Dems at this point. PA, your boy's up by about 63,000 votes, 62,000 votes, and 87 of them have been counted. I think I share your sentiment, though. I'm just really glad that this is finally going to be over. At least we'll have some sense of direction.
I keep joking with Michelle, like I can't wait for a fucking insurance or a car commercial to come on.
Anything's better than these political advertisements, and I'm getting them from multiple places. Like, cause I get them from Florida, cause my area code, and my phone number.
Yeah.
And then I get them from Nevada, and then I even caught one from like Michigan or Wisconsin the other day. That had to have been error, but I got a phone call from somebody in one of those states, like trying to. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I'm over it. I hate that shit. All right, so the House, Republicans, 192 to 156. There's a little note underneath that says that the Republicans gained 2 seats, which means that the Republicans lost 2 seats. So that's what's going on in the House. The Senate is still the same, 51 to 42. Your boy, at 89% of the votes that have been counted, he is currently up. Now it's 90%, just updated. He is currently up by about 110,000 votes.
Sweet.
With 90% counted.
Suck my ass, Bob.
And Trump won something because he's now 247 to 210. He won Georgia. So Georgia is a wrap, at least for the moment.
So he needs Pennsylvania, which would give him...
He needs 23 more electoral votes. So PA would give him 19 of those. Is my math right? Yeah. So he basically, if we assume that he wins PA, and where is he at? He is...
It's close, I think.
Oh, no, he's pulling away a little bit. Now he's up by about 200 and about 25,000 votes.
Oh, wow, really?
Like. Yeah.
All
so
right. Now, Nevada's in play. Change color. Look at Nevada.
Oh, yeah. Nevada has 75% counted somehow, from 0 to 75% in less than an hour. He's currently up by, looks like about 30,000 votes, 35,000.
What's the total? What's the total votes for him?
His total votes is 516,000.
Okay.
I'm rounding, of course.
Yeah, that's fine.
Arizona's still stuck at 51%. Wisconsin is now up to 85%. And Trump is up by, looks like about 125,000, 130,000 votes.
That's a lot of people in Wisconsin, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 100,000 isn't a lot in California or New York.
Right. Well, yeah, it's 85% of the votes. So if Trump goes on to win PA, which he has a pretty significant lead right now, and he wins Wisconsin, then it's over. I mean, he basically needs any state that isn't Alaska or Maine or Vermont.
How many votes is Wisconsin?
It's 10 electoral votes.
You said he needs 23, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because it's 19 from...
Yeah, so he'll have 29 right there, which would seal the deal.
Dude, it's so fucking close.
Yeah. Oh, they did switch Nebraska back too, but I don't know. It's weird. Now anyway, yeah, Nebraska did get flipped back, which took two votes away from Harris, 2 electoral votes away from Harris, and gave 2 to Trump. But it doesn't look like they took them away from Harris. Wasn't she at 208 prior to that?
I have them at 20. I have that right. 207 to
247 to 210.
Yeah, 210.
I don't know. I could just be misremembering it. Yeah. Michigan's got 60% counted. Trump's got...
Yeah, Wisconsin's at 86, with Trump up about 120.
Yes. Although this looks like a...
Bobby Kennedy got 15,000 votes.
Yeah.
Bobby Kennedy got more votes than Jill Stein, and he's not even in the election.
And he was going hard this week on X, actually the last 2 weeks, encouraging the people to not vote for him because these fuckers wouldn't take him off the ballot. I mean...
They tried, yeah. They fought him tooth and nail and spent all this money trying to keep him off, and then they wanted to keep him on for votes.
It's just so ridiculous. Yeah, they tried so hard to keep him off the ballot, And then once he tried to remove himself from the ballot, they tried so hard to keep him on, and they succeeded.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the people who support this shit like don't even know. They're like, oh, well, you know what I mean? They don't even know. Like, they don't comprehend the fact that this exists.
well, no, because they don't even listen to RFK at all. Because most of the people that are watching the TV, you know, they think he's a whack job because that's what all of the newscasters report him being.
He's an anti-vaxxer. That's the
He's
first
an
thing they always-
anti-vaxxer. He's a conspiracy theorist. The guy's not mentally well, but nobody's ever actually listened to him talk.
I know. It's that fear, bro. The fear of being wrong. Embrace being wrong so you can be right.
Well, we've talked about this before. I mean,
I know.
you know, when one of the
pill, bro.
yeah,
Get
the
red
pill
pill.
isn't it's not a joyful experience. The pill, you know, first you have to admit that you've been lied to and that you've been wrong about a lot of things. Then you have to go down the rabbit hole of, okay, well, they lied to me about this. I was wrong about this. What else have they lied to me about? And then before you know it, you're down 17 different rabbit holes. Like, oh my God, you know, I always like kind of equate it to like, you know, like a significant other, right? Like you're dating a girl or guy or whatever, and you just find out that they cheated on you. Like you have no doubt in your mind, like you know that they were, you know, unfaithful to you in this particular instance. And now in your head, like you immediately start going back and like, okay, well, they never came home this night. They said they were staying at their mom's house. Was that true? You know, and then you just start going down all these crazy rabbit holes of, you know, what, you know, it's
Go to
it's not
I
a good
hear you.
experience.
I hear you. Go to your just go to your Twitter and scroll through, see if anything's cool coming up, videos or anything.
If you see anything you want to, I don't know what this is.
Rachel, just come take a look through the window here because this is the one angle you can see election workers here in Philadelphia that is not there. Looks like actually maybe there's some ballots or something coming in right now. We see a police car escort with two different vans, but I do want to show you, Rachel, just come take a look through the window here because this is the one angle you can see election workers here in Philadelphia that is not there. Looks like actually
I don't know, something about ballots getting dropped off.
You see, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna use all this shit if it's close. This is gonna be ridiculous. I wonder what's gonna happen. I just want it to be like a clear winner loss, so we don't have the stop the steal shit going on.
Yeah. Oh,
But again, they didn't board up DC because Trump. They're worried about Trump winning. You know what I
Right.
mean? They're worried about Kamala supporters burning the fucking thing down.
North Carolina shows Donald Trump leading Hillary Clinton in a possible presidential matchup, but that's not the part that's grabbing people's attention today. It is the third-party candidate on that poll, a candidate named D's Nuts.
Oh, no.
Really? A candidate registered
Well,
as
yeah,
an independent
is
from
that real?
Iowa has the legal
I'm
name
pretty
of
sure it's
D's
fake.
Nuts.
No.
Public policy polling showed him pulling 9% of the vote in North Carolina.
But it never gets a hold. If that's real, that's awesome.
Look, Florida obviously went Trump,
They did.
and Joy Reid is calling Florida an extreme right-wing fascist state.
I saw that earlier. Let me see if I can find that.
The kind of fucking talk that these people have is ridiculous. Here, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
En fuego. En fuego. Department of Transportation. En fuego. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know what
That's the
Enfuego
dude-
means.
That's the dude from Argentina.
Oh,
The-
Javier Milei.
En fuego.
Ministerio de Turismo y Deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera. Ministerio de Educación, Adoctrinamiento. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Transporte. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Salud. ¡Afuera! Ministerio de Desarrollo Social. ¡Afuera! Se acabó el curro de la política. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
All right, Joy Reid is up now. Let's play this while we're waiting on more election results.
It's a pure Project 2025 in miniature in Florida, and that kind of extreme, sort of extremist, right-wing, fascist-type government in Florida, does that make it a more attractive place? It's a pure Project 2025.
Uh-huh. Okay, Joy.
Trump's up by 220 in Pennsylvania now, with 90% in. They're about to call that bitch.
Oh, I hope so. I hope they call it tonight.
And they're going to blame Jill Stein, who's got 31. Chase Oliver's got 31. So that's 62,000 votes right there. Still not enough.
Yeah, he's up about 220 with 90%, which is about where we were before.
This is actually worked out really well for Trump because the libertarians split because they all got pissed at the Libertarian Party.
Was Chase Oliver? He was the candidate, right?
Yeah, but it should have been Reckenwald. But then the way the libertarians do it is that you nominate a president and a separate vice president. So, like, I was going for Reckenwald and Clint Russell. You know who Clint Russell is, right?
Yes.
From Liberty. Okay.
Yeah, I follow him.
So Mike Turnmatt. So Chase Oliver won the election. And in like the 10th round, because him and Mike Turnmatt, who was running for president also, said, I'll give you all my votes if you give me all your votes for vice president. So Mike took a step down to give Chase the seat to make sure he got one of the seats, and it fractured the party because half of them don't like the Mises caucus, and I'm obviously part of the fucking Mises caucus because it's because of von Mises that I founded the fucking libertarians in the first place.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I occasionally see stuff about Chase and how the Libertarian Party's not happy with him.
He it's not even like he's like, I really want to be anti-war, but we should help Israel. He's like, nope, we should help Israel. You know what I mean? He doesn't even like make the libertarian argument, and they'd be like, okay, I get it, but here's why I'm doing it. He's just like, no. He almost feeds into that they were attacked.
Well, don't you have to essentially be anti-war to be a libertarian? Isn't that like one of the checklist items that you need to have?
It's anti.
I'm not talking about your home country being invaded and shit. I'm talking about overseas wars.
One of the big things about libertarianism is the non-aggression policy. So it's like, we're not going to step up to your shit, but if you step into ours, God help you.
Right. Well, I would imagine that if the United States was ever like actually invaded, all of us would be in agreement. You would basically unite the entire country almost instantaneously.
That's the plan, but even
hopefully
then,
that never happens. But
hey, only 15% of the colonists fought the Brits.
Oh, really? Were the other 85% just loyal to? Well, maybe not 85%, but were a good number of them were still loyal to England?
There was a lot of Tories. Yeah, a lot of people considered themselves British over in the States back in the day.
Interesting. I mean, I don't think they probably needed big numbers back then to be able to resist, because obviously, England has to sail across the pond, everything.
Yeah, but that's one of the things. But again, England also had the best navy, so it was easy to move their troops. They had the best army,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
It was a David and Goliath type scenario.
Yeah. So Harris just won New Hampshire. It's not all that shocking.
New Hampshire's like the head libertarian state. There's mad libertarians there.
Well, Oliver got 0.5%. Stein got 0.5%. Other candidates got 1%. And looks like Harris won with about 21,000 votes and change. Those 4 electoral votes would have been good enough for Trump to win, assuming he wins PA, but
Dave McCormick is up 150. No, excuse me, 110 with 90% in.
I don't know what happened to the Senate.
All right, man. It's after 1, so I guess we can just call it here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go burn this blunt and just kind of half pay attention as I fall asleep.
Okay.
All right, man. Thank you everybody for watching. I know it's 1:18 here in East Coast time. As of now, we don't have a winner. Hopefully, we have a clear winner tomorrow, so we don't have to go through the mess of not having it just answered, you know. But besides that, you know, God bless America. Paul, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. I'd also like to just, everybody please stay safe and please stay calm. And yeah, let's see what happens with this.
Take your time and hurry up.
Hurry up and wait. All right, Billy.
Later.